Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm an author and speaker, but this is Michelle's weight loss vlog number 7. And the holidays are right around the corner. Thanksgiving for Americans and Canadians is just next week. Now, what do we experience during the holiday season, especially in November and Thanksgiving? It's a lot of pumpkin. And for those of you that are around the world and have no idea what I'm talking about and can have a hard time understanding the importance of pumpkin, well, in the US and Canada, of course, pumpkin is everywhere. Pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin donuts, pumpkin muffins, and of course, the famous pumpkin pie, which is one of my favorites. But I'm not here to make pumpkin pie today. What I am here to do is to make on camera during Michelle's weight loss vlog low-fat, low-sugar pumpkin muffins that are really low in calories. So if you want to jot down the recipe, it's actually going to be in the description below. You can watch me make these low-fat and low-sugar pumpkin muffins, or stop the video, go get the ingredients, and go ahead and do it with me. So this recipe of low-fat and low-sugar pumpkin muffins actually makes 12 muffins here. So all I've done is I've lined the pan with cupcake muffins. So it's much easier to take out. No mess. Now I like my muffins really moist. Now these muffins are really moist. In fact, for you, they actually may be too moist. I like to keep my muffins in the fridge. I put them in individual baggies. I know it's a waste of plastic, but I do put them in individual baggies for a grab and go. So as I mentioned, these muffins are really low in calories, they're very low in fat, and they're really low in sugar. And what makes it is the actual pumpkin. And once you put the pumpkin spices together in it, it is fantastic. You don't even notice that they're low fat and low sugar. They're very good. So what we're gonna do is just start with the wet ingredients first, and then add in the dry ingredients, give it a quick swirl, and it's super easy. You'll see how fast it goes. So I use 2 eggs. These are organic eggs. These are going to be organic muffins. So what I'm gonna do is just do the egg whites, that's it. I'm gonna crack the egg, and if you wanna use an egg alternative, you can totally use an egg alternative. I'm making a total mess of this because I'm not watching what I'm doing. It's totally crazy. I'm usually very good at dividing and taking out the yolk, because I do egg whites a fair amount. I don't typically eat eggs whole, or I do 1 egg whole and I do 1 egg white if I do eggs. I'm actually trying to get straight away from eggs. And I know that if you are vegan or you want to cook vegan for your weight loss program or eat higher alkaline, you can also get like flax eggs, which is like a fake egg with flax, or chia seeds. Someone told me it was in a meetup that you can do it with chia seeds and you just mix it with water and it actually makes like an egg consistency. Honestly, I tried it. I think I did it wrong. So I didn't do it this time. Just 2 egg whites, you guys. That's all you really need. In addition to the 2 egg whites, I have a half a cup of water here. You're just going to take literally a half a cup of water, add it to your egg whites, and then you're going to take 2 tablespoons of canola oil. I have organic canola oil here, and I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of organic canola oil. Now, you might be wondering, Michelle, like why, if you're making low fat, low sugar muffins, why would you even add oil? You can add things like applesauce, or maybe the pumpkin itself can be a replacement for that oil. Well, your body does need a little bit of fat, and since we are adding egg whites, we're not adding the whole egg. The canola oil is going to give you a little bit of that fat. And fat, what does fat do? It makes you feel satisfied. It's actually our bodies crave fat. Our brains are composed of fat. So we're just going to add a little bit of that by putting the 2 tablespoons of canola oil, organic canola oil. Now I'm adding my pumpkin. This is an entire can of pumpkin for these 12 muffins. It seems like a lot. It kind of is a lot, but really that makes the pumpkin muffins super duper moist. And it's amazing once you eat them. Once you put them in the fridge, when you take them out of the oven, they're going to be a little bit squishy, and it might not be the best to eat them when you first take them out of the oven. They're going to seem a little bit undercooked. If you cook them the entire time, I use oven obviously, but at 350 for about 30 minutes. For about 30 minutes should do the trick. And we're gonna make, again, healthy muffins. We're gonna make these even healthier actually. So I put my canned pumpkin in there. We're just gonna mix it around. So we've got the water, the pumpkin, the canola oil, and the 2 egg whites. So that's what you have first. Okay, next we're gonna add our sugar. So we're gonna add 2/3 cup of sugar. So normally a recipe such as this one would call for a cup or more of sugar. I've reduced that down to 2/3 cup of sugar. I've tried 3/4 and I've tried less than 2/3. 2/3 actually seems to be the magic trick so that you actually feel like you're eating muffins and not eating something disgusting or gross. Now I use actual cane sugar. It's organic cane sugar. If you do not use sugar or do not use cane sugar, of course you can use a sugar replacement and it should be totally fine. So I'm just gonna whisk the sugar into the bowl. Now part of a weight loss program, obviously, is planning. And planning is the worst. I hate planning food. I hate it. When I'm rich and famous, I'm gonna hire a cook. I hate food planning, I really do. But on this weight loss program, it's absolutely, positively a must. You must plan. Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And with a weight loss program, there's nothing like failing because you have to eat. And since you have to eat, and if you don't plan, you're gonna grab whatever is closest to you. So this is 1 cup of flour. And I don't use white flour typically when I bake unless if I'm baking something that actually calls for white flour, like a cake or white bread rolls or something like that that we make specially. It's like a family recipe. This is whole wheat pastry flour. It's organic whole wheat pastry flour, and that's what I use when I do muffins, when I do breads like banana breads, and when I do like healthier versions of cake. Now, I have made my own addition to this to get the omega-3 fatty acids, to get extra fiber in there, is whole brown flax seeds. Whole brown flax seeds. I'm not going to put the whole brown flax seeds. Now, the thing about flax seeds is the essential oils that are on the inside of the flax seeds, you actually have to grind them in order to get those essential fatty acids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it, it's really easy, you guys. You don't have to buy them ground. You put it in a coffee grinder. You hit the button, and there you go. It's super easy. It takes like 2 seconds to do. And just like anything, if you grind something up that's not meant to be ground until used, now I need to actually unplug this so I can pour it in. If you grind something up that has these essential oils in it, just like flax seeds, it has those omega-3 fatty acids, as I mentioned. But if you grind it up before it's actually ready to be used, what happens is those volatile oils lose their consistency. They start to go rancid, if you will. It's better to keep those flax seeds, if you have them, keep them in the fridge. Keep them whole until you are ready to use them. And once you're ready to use them, then grind them in the coffee grinder. Like I said, it's super easy. You saw it. It took like 2 seconds. So now it's coming to a much, much thicker consistency. And I think I actually added a little bit more. Usually I add about 1/3 cup of flax seeds. I think that amount was slightly more than 1/3 cup. It seems to be a little bit thicker as I am stirring the batter. It's a little thicker. So after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 level teaspoon of baking powder. Now I'm gonna use, since this is the only time I'm gonna use the teaspoon, I'm actually gonna put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And if you wanna add more cinnamon, you can add more cinnamon. I actually like cinnamon a lot. Add that. Next, you're going to add a half of a teaspoon of baking soda. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. And I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Now, if you have pumpkin pie spices, you're free to use instead the pumpkin pie spices. I just didn't have any, so I am using cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon. You can also add ground ginger to that mix. So now you're gonna add a fourth of a teaspoon, so the smaller one, fourth of a teaspoon of salt. And this salt's kind of hard, I don't know why. Fourth of a teaspoon of salt, and I didn't quite get fourth teaspoon there. And then a fourth teaspoon of ground cloves. And cloves smell so good. They remind me of Christmas. It smells so delicious. Okay, so now that I have all of those ingredients in, I'm just gonna stir it around another time. Give it a good stir. Now, like I said, this one, because I think of the flax seeds, I had a little bit more. It's a little thicker than I'm used to, but it's okay. We're gonna mix it well. Now, all we need to do is divide it evenly between all of the muffin tins. So for that, I just take a tablespoon and I'm gonna scoop it into the muffin cups, and it might just take a few minutes. So today, guys, how did today go on my weight loss program? Today, I was not able to exercise in the morning. I had clients in the morning. I had clients yesterday, of course, which is fantastic. I love having those clients. It's great for business. And I just didn't have time to go to the beach this morning. In fact, it was still pretty cold. It was still kind of wet and rainy. Got that. Get a little paper towel here. Wipe the sides of that. That's no good. So I did not get my exercise in. Last night, however, I did do a yoga video for 30 minutes. And so probably after I record and post these videos, I will do a different video. I'm thinking some weightlifting or Pilates might be in store. And I actually do teach yoga tonight. In addition to doing some weightlifting and Pilates, I'm actually gonna get in a yoga class tonight because I'm teaching yoga tonight as well. There you go. So I'm getting some movement in. These muffins, so what I calculated was, and I'll post it above so you can see the calorie count, the fat count, and carbohydrates and protein, which there isn't a whole lot of protein in this. They're muffins, right? There's not a lot of protein, but that's okay. The fiber from the pumpkin, the fiber from the flax seeds is going to keep you super duper full. For breakfast, this is a good thing to have with your coffee or hot chocolate or whatever you have on your weight loss program. As I fill these up, as you see, it's not taking long. It literally probably took me 10 total minutes to make these muffins. It doesn't take long. Again, planning's a pain in the butt. I hate planning, but now I have muffins. If I keep them in the freezer or keep them in the refrigerator, I have muffins for 12 days. So that's pretty amazing, you guys. So now I need to put this down and just finish up. So yeah, I was really proud of myself. You saw the video last night. Hopefully you saw the video I posted yesterday that I was able to stay within my calorie count, which was amazing for the past 3 days. Today was a little bit rough after I finished with all my clients because I had to eat lunch. I did go over my allotment, not for the day, just for the meal. So in the 2 videos ago, I just posted that I had certain calorie counts for different meals. And so I did go over lunch. So what I'm doing instead, guess what I'm doing for dinner, guys? Instead of throwing in the towel for the day, what I'm doing is I'm making gazpacho for dinner. Gazpacho is super duper low in calories. You get all your veggies in, you get your antioxidants, you get your minerals, vitamins, and it's super duper colorful. So I'm gonna go throw this in the oven and I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, these smell so good. Look at how golden brown they became just after 30 minutes at 350. Smells like the holidays. I'm so happy. And just these muffins literally are about 128 calories each, like 2 grams of fat. It's so good. And I'm sure if you go to Starbucks, your pumpkin muffin will be like 425 calories versus 128 calories. They smell so good. They're organic. They are so healthy. So thank you so much for joining me, you guys, on this weight loss journey with me. I'm really privileged. I will see less of you guys in the next video. Now, please like and subscribe. Share this video on Pinterest, on Instagram. I'm trying to get to 11,000 111 subscribers by December 25th, by Christmas. Thank you so much for sharing. And now get up off your booty and come dance with me. Dance with me. Come dance with me. Get up off your booty and come dance with me. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. I'll see you guys in the next video.